Welcome to my school bus, Betty. My name is Spencer, I'm 30 and I'm originally from Ohio, and now I live in Ojai, California, which is kind of funny. Back in college, I was scrolling through Tumblr, and my father's been in construction my whole life. When I saw this blog on Tumblr about an architecture student building out a school bus as a dorm, I just thought it was so cool, and so I emailed it to him, and I still have a screenshot of the email, and my dad's response was, "Let's build a bus!" exclamation. He will deny it to the end of his days, but I have proof. So probably 5-6 years later, I went and worked on a farm for about a month and just fell in love with the West Coast. Instead of just picking up and buying a plane ticket and getting an apartment and being kind of stuck or grounded in one space, the bus seemed like the perfect opportunity to go and live in places for a few months and see what I thought of it, if it was a good fit, and if not, I could pick up and move to the next. It started out as a joke and then somehow transitioned to one day I had a bus and it was parked in our driveway, and we did it together every night after work and on weekends, and it was challenging for both of us, but at the end of the day it was something that brought us closer together, and that I think, a memory that we share that is really special and will bond us for life. The whole point of the trip was just to be able to keep it open-ended and travel from one place to the next, stay as long as I wanted. Each place that I went to did have different timelines as far as how long it took me to understand different neighborhoods and if I could see myself living there. By the end of the first year, I was pretty exhausted. I had spent time, like a few months in Charleston, Asheville, Marfa. When I came to Ojai, it felt like destiny in a lot of ways. They say Ojai either sucks you in or it spits you out, and when I came to Ojai, within 24 hours I had met my best friends, I had found a place to park, I had just felt such a sense of community and home, and this is more beautiful and special than I could have ever imagined. I feel very grateful that it happened that way. It's only 25 feet long in length, and this door on the side is actually really nice because it was for a handicap chair. It's awesome because the size really lets you open up and feel like you're a part of the environment. Lots of windows, which is also really important. That was kind of the direction I wanted to go with the bus versus a van. It just keeps it really open and makes it feel larger inside, more like a home to me. And this was kind of my main lock on the side here. Just like a hockey puck lock. And I always felt pretty safe when that was in. So I have a 160 and 180 Grape solar panel up there, and that runs my lights and my radio. Up here, we kind of kept it, if we could keep something, it's still incorporated in the bus. Like these fans are the original. As you can see up here, like this dashboard has all the original switches, so the auxiliary fan, most of those still work, which is pretty cool. Over here we have some light switches that we included and added to the build. My dad loved those icon stickers. He went pretty crazy with them. This is actually the area that my father and I disagreed the most on, and it was like the one compromise I had to make was that these chairs were in the original bus that we found. I wanted to have a swing here. I just thought that would be kind of a cool thing to be able to open the door and have a swing outside, and that was just crossing the line for him as far as practicality. He was like, we need to have seatbelts. Looking back on it, I feel very fortunate that he insisted on it because it is so nice for when friends want to come along on a trip. It's a great little work zone, so when I'm on the road, I can just take this down and work on my computer or eat dinner. So when we were originally planning the bus, we wanted to make as much use of the space as possible, and so we were looking at a lot of different layouts. It's seating, but then also it can turn into guest sleeping, and there's also some storage behind here for some extra gear, and this is also underneath my water tank storage too, so serves a lot of purposes. It has 2 lids because you actually pull one out to extend the bed. This is the kitchen zone. This is a propane stovetop. I used a butcher block countertop, which let me have some extra cooking and cutting space, which is really nice. I have this refrigerator that's propane, but also 110 volt, and now I use it as 110 volt. Now that we're parked, I use the Breville toaster oven, and that's definitely added to our cooking capabilities. I really enjoy that a lot. So this is actually a live edge countertop. This was kind of one of the fun projects that we worked on together. We just found some old lumber and took it to a lumber yard that had a large planer and milled it up for us. And just like a little area up here for some spices. And down here I have a few more kitchen accessories, but also different things I like to have on the road in case of emergencies. The skylight was it was definitely a residential window. It was not something that came with the bus. Found one that kind of fit right in. It's been a really nice feature. Again, it's just as much light as possible to keep it open in here. And it's so nice, you know, to just be able to look up and see the sky. So we put down the subfloor, and then we just put down a vinyl plank flooring. It's nice because it's just a little bit more durable in case of spilling. This is, at the end of the day, still a recreational vehicle. To have to ask people to take off their shoes or be too weary of it, that was the benefit. This zone was originally the bathroom zone. It's kind of just turned into closet space. When I was on the road by myself, I didn't have so much need for extra storage, but now that it's my boyfriend and I, it's just a nice area to keep our clothes and belongings. I also did run into some problems with the portable toilet, kind of gave up on that and just started to use like gas station and coffee shop bathrooms, and I never ran into too many problems that way. So when we were gathering ideas, I just gravitated to having copper in the bus. In some way we have it in the sink and in here in the shower, and we just used sheets of copper kind of overlapped, and then we did some stone for the floor with some grout, and it's amazing to have that available to you on the road to rinse off, and definitely made it feel more like a home versus just a school bus for travel. And then underneath, just have open for storage here. I have a generator back there, an electric heater, towing cable, you know, all of the fun accessories. So this is the bedroom area. It's really cozy. We created this bookshelf area and just some extra storage with these bungees to kind of hold things, and there used to be one here. I took it out because it's just easier for me to access it now that I'm not moving all of the time. It's cozy in here, I really like it. And the windows, again, have always created a really nice and open feel that I love. We added the speakers. Those were lights, I think, originally. The speakers are so nice. I can control them from front to back, and I plug my phone in and it hooks right up, and that's been something that's been really important to me. I love music, so it definitely adds an ambiance. I get a lot of friends and females asking me about my trip, like if I felt comfortable, if I felt uncomfortable. As far as security goes, like I did have a concealed carry license, but I never took a weapon with me. But the best piece of advice that I got in that scenario was to have a plan if something goes poorly. I had different exits that I would kind of routinely go through. Okay, if someone's in the back, I'm gonna get up. I had mace and a bear horn that I would carry with me. And just like, you know, those little actions of like opening the lock, exiting, having an idea of, okay, if tonight this is a bad spot, where's a safe space nearby? Just having some kind of plan in that department was helpful. I think self-assurance and trusting yourself is the best way to lead your life. I think you can't lead your life in fear, or else, you'll never leave your driveway. It's a big world out there and so many adventures and experiences to be had. There's definitely an element of danger. I don't think that's avoidable. Overall, just trust yourself and know that if you're smart and mindful, that you'll be okay. If you want to check out my Instagram, it's Spencer Kate Darling, and I work for my boyfriend's van conversion company now in Ventura, California, and that is Atlas Vans, and that's on Instagram, Atlas_Vans. Thank you guys for checking out my bus, and safe travels.